Okay, so after Miss Marvel episode 3 trended on Twitter finally on Wednesday, everyone was excited about the episode 4. It's filled with a lot of Easter eggs, hidden details, and a lot of things yet you have missed while watching. Seems to be you have been missing me a lot recently on Marvel content, so including episode 3 breakdown, let's do a solid one including some of the Easter eggs and breakdowns of the characters. In the background a little bit, so you don't have to open Disney Plus and watch it again. As a cheer up and motivation, what I need is just a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and you know what you should do. Sit till the end of the video. And anyway, let's get in Miss Marvel episode 4. Now in the last episode, Najma ties to the bangle with some of the clues about where the bangle actually came from. So we open in the British occupied India during 1942, which is exactly 5 years before our country got independence from the British. This was of course also during the Second World War, and we see the jinn searching for the bangles. Described as the supernatural beings from another dimension, jinn are described as both good and evil spirits. In this episode, they got referred as both unseen and also the clandestines, which are actually the two groups referenced from the Marvel comics. The unseen are actually the group of aliens that work with Nick Fury, which is potentially referencing and tying with the end of the Far From Home. So are these Skrulls and we leading to a secret invasion? Let me know you guys in the comments down below. And on the other hand side, Destines were actually X-Men villains in the 90s, and they were the progeny of the Adam Destine as well as Eliath, who was actually a jinn. How about we talk some of the backstory? Adam was born in the 1100s in Ravenscroft in England, and he was badly wounded one day. However, he had a full recovery after dreaming of an inhuman woman, and this is actually leading to local people calling him the Adam of Destine. But in the show, it's taking a completely different route, as the clandestines are actually immortal. They are desperate of reaching their home and viewing the bangles as the way to return to their own dimension. Now, they need the bangle to unlock the Noor, which is actually the light. Now in the comics, Kamran was an inhuman that was made up of light, and Kamala is also using the bangles to control the light. Now let's jump into the episode 4 named Seeing Red, featuring the introduction of Miss Marvel character from the comics named Red Dagger, Who Am I, coming up in a bit. Now in the Marvel Studios logo, we can actually hear the song Summer Nights by Raginder, really a peaceful way to start the intro, and we join everyone in a flight heading to Pakistan. Over the PA, we can finally hear the pilot speaking Urdu, and there's a hell amount of cultural references throughout the whole episode. We can now see Kamala wearing the green pilot jacket, referring to the Carol Danvers flight suit. Kamala is tightly holding up to a napping pillow, which is actually a sloth bear, as we know she has a fascination about the sloth bear. Anyway, a fun fact, Karachi is known for the city of lights, and the location plays upon Kamala's power to manipulate about the hard light that the bangle has. The title screen has now been changed to fit the location, and this includes the lot of Urdu and the graphics of the temples. When she visits the room, she comes across the room with several newspaper clippings detailing about the historic events in the country. The first shows the several people at a train station, which is obviously talking about the partition journey. We can also see the birth of Pakistani clipping discussing about the Lord Mountbatten. She also has a picture of Aisha, and also here's the fact that she is a jinn. So what do you think is that we will learn about the bangles and the connection of the Shang-Chi in the Marvels?
It's all connected.
So Kamala goes out with her cousins, and you can actually see a QR code at 1432 stamp, which is obviously on the photographer's stand, and also after that they go on a boat club, and we can spot Kamala wearing a New Jersey Avengers Con t-shirt, which is shown in the first episode. Now getting some useful directions to Karachi station, Kamala goes to see if she can find out everything. Here's Kamala fights with the Red Dagger, which leads to the second train station fight in the MCU. Tell me what's the first one. Red Dagger is played by Aramis Knight, whom you have seen in the Badlands. A fun fact that Kareem appeared in the Miss Marvel Volume 4 issue number 12. Link is down in the description if you want to read that. Dagger then says,
Come with me if you want to live.
What?
which is a famous line from the movie Terminator 2.
Come with me if you want to live.
Inside, she meets Wallet, played by Farhan Akhtar, and they discuss about the red scarf and the meaning. Now they very much discuss the difference between the legend of the jinn and the reality of it, and we see that the clandestine are from another world, and they also go by different dimensions. Waleed also points the inscription on the bangle. Now we move on to the damage control Supermax prison, which looks pretty much exactly we have seen in the She-Hulk trailer. The clandestines are being taken in and they manage to escape and fight the damage control forces, which are obviously firing sonic weapons seen in the She-Hulk trailer. And what I love about this series is that it takes time to relax and build the character, and I think it's one of the well-written Disney Plus shows. After I was gripping my expectations down the first episode, it really now makes me focus on the story now. We learned that it's about the identity, family, and also solid coming of an age story. With the help of the red daggers, Kamala ends up training her powers further, and she's also given a blue waistcoat, which of course will be later adapted further into the original costume. Now they're attacked by the clandestine, and Fran Akhtar alone takes them over by saying,
मेरा फोन बाहर फेंकना is not funny.
we also get an awesome auto rickshaw chase scene. Now Kareem, Walid and Kamala end up working together to some extent, but with a mess in the streets, Walid ends up leaving himself open to attack in order to save Kareem and Kamala, and Najma kills him, showing her how much of a bitch she is. And then Najma stabs the bangle, which ends up transporting Kamala back in the time to the partition, making me think that she is in now the soul of Aisha. And that's enough for Miss Marvel episode 4. And yeah, please do like, share and subscribe. I hope we reach 220 subs by the end of the day.
Let him go.